This guy's been trying to take me out on a date for the longest time, so I caved and I was like, sure, okay. I'm free 2 weeks from when we were speaking on a Friday. And he's like, okay, cool. And then he messages me the next day and he's like, good morning text, like sends me whatever. And I was like, look, do you mind just like not texting me? Because I don't really like messaging back and forth and I would prefer to meet with you in person and chat them because I'm quite busy during the week. He's like, oh, sure, no worries. So I was like, message me on Friday with all the details and I'll be there. Thursday comes along. This is the Thursday before the date and I haven't heard a thing from him. I don't know where we're going, what the date is. And I'm talking to my friend and I'm like, this guy has been trying to get me on a date for the longest time and it's Thursday. We're supposed to be going out tomorrow and I haven't heard anything from him. And she's like, really? Nah, scrap that. Don't go. And I was like, well, I did say to him that don't message me until Friday because I don't like to message back and forth. And she's like, well, that's why he hasn't messaged you. It's not Friday yet. And I was like, yeah, but I didn't mean it like that. Like, I want to know before. I want you to message me before to let me know what we're doing. Like, why can't you read my mind?
Do men even date single moms anymore? I feel like the second someone finds out I have a kid, they just ghost me.
Most men are choosing to stay single because you ain't just as easy as hell. It's kind of like the same reason why women say, oh, I can't be married, I can't do this, I can't do that because a man's still gonna cheat. Remember when I told you women who say that be 9 times out of 10 the women that a man can cheat on their girl with, and she's paranoid, so therefore she can't see herself in a relationship because she don't want that karma to come back and hit her in her ass. It's the same exact thing with men. They want to stay single because the access to coochie, like literally, is easier than it's ever been. And men know this, they see this, and I'm starting to think that they're becoming paranoid by it. They don't want to be in a relationship because they've been side niggas and they're afraid that their girl is one of those girls. What a world we live in.
I always refuse to give my phone number out to people, even if we're going to start to get to know each other. And people have a huge problem with it when I say, oh, just add me on social media. But here's why. Recently, I decided to give my phone number out to somebody because I was like, yo, I really like the conversation. We were really vibing, like whatever. So I decided to give my phone number out, and it was me who gave my phone number out. Like he didn't ask for it. We were chatting back and forth on Messenger, but I decided to give my phone number out. I was like, you know what? Here's my phone number. This man, I haven't heard from this man now in 2 days. Okay, not that we were anything, but you could have said at least happy Valentine's Day. Not only that, so that this man, you get 3 strikes with me. That's it. 3 strikes and that's it. Number 1, he didn't even say happy Valentine's Day. You don't have to buy me anything. You don't have to do anything. Say happy Valentine's Day. We've been chatting for days now, okay? That's number 1. Number 2, we were no longer following each other. That was number 2. And number 3, now I'm like, why the f*** did I give my phone number out to you? You are another unsaved mother number. And this is why I don't give my phone number out to people.
What's good, guys? It's your boy Josten J coming to you with another video. Let's cook, boys. Let's cook. Alright. When single men set dating standards, women act like this in modern dating. We got action. Let's cook.
I be wanting a man to yearn for me like how they do in Bridgerton and like literally show up at my doorstep and confess their fucking love, their undying love through words and actions. But these men think sending flowers is too much and that dates are too much. We're fucked.
When a man yearns for you, what does it do? What does it do exactly? Oh, it puts you in a position of power because now he's investing into you and you didn't have to invest anything into him. What? Like, a man has no problem with showing a woman his appreciation. He wants to put an effort for her, but what is there to appreciate? Once again, this is why they don't like smart men, because doesn't that make sense? I'm willing to do it, but what am I getting? Like, what am I getting? And that's the problem they don't like. When men say, well, what are you getting? You should be generous and you should be giving. I'm not saying that I won't be any of those things, but my standard is we have to get to a certain point where I see that it's worth doing so. They don't understand this.
I'm never going to understand men thinking that a woman is ran through and worn out because she slept with X amount of people. How is it different than sleeping with the same person a million times? I just simply do not understand. I never have. That's like saying that your pee-pee is shaved down after multiple uses. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's not it's not a thing. Like, do men actually believe that, or are you just so stressed out that she's probably had bigger? Like, is that why?
See, if you were sleeping with a dude a bunch of times, one guy, that shows consistency. So when you really like someone, you stick with that person. Makes sense, right? Because when you're dealing with somebody, sex is involved. Dating long-term, dating short-term. But if you're having a bunch of sex with them, you're saying that you were sticking around for this dude because you really liked him. That's the difference. Once again, women are never going to understand this. You can be liberated and be free. See, men don't even have a problem with it. The men that you like, right? Men don't have a problem with it. Because they're getting sex for free as well. The guys who want to get on one knee, the guys who want to take you seriously, the guys that want to be the guys that you're asking, where are all these guys, right? They care about that. So you can keep acting as if it's not a problem. Men are having sex with the women that are giving up the sex for next to nothing. But the guys who want women like that, they're always going to have a problem with it deep down inside. Now, once again, a guy like me, I'm only concerned with what she's going to do, if she's going to follow instructions. So why am I worried about that? You understand? A man who's secure in his spot, he's looking for a woman to cooperate. 9 times out of 10, a mature guy is not worried about all of that because, first of all, we can't commit to you until you follow instructions. You following instructions shows me that you view this being here as more important than all that other nonsense. But when you don't follow instructions, why is a guy sitting there and kicking and screaming and try to fight to be with you, especially when you have that going on in the background? And the thing that's funny is when they're doing this, right, you're liberated, you're free. Now men are just going to want what the last guy got for the price that the last guy got it. He's not going to want to invest in you or do anything. So when you're trying to shame men, just remember this. Men are not going to have a problem. They're just not going to pay a premium. They're not going to pay extra for something that another guy got for free. Let's get the next one.
Do men realize they can just hire escorts? I'm being so honest because anytime I see this conversation about a man paying on a first date and expecting something in return, my mind immediately goes to, oh, you just want an escort for cheap. Because I'm willing to bet you if you literally went and got an escort, you would not be paying whatever the meal costs. You pay a lot more than that.
This chick has no idea what she's talking about. She's saying that men, do you know that you can hire escorts? Okay, well, check this out, right? When you try to finesse men for money in order to get your box, you're basically being an escort. So it's the same thing. What are you talking about? $200 dinners? For what? A chance to hit? What are you even saying? What are you even saying? Men should go get escorts because they don't want to put in effort. No, men want to put in effort once they know that you're sure about them, proving it with your actions and your behavior. Men are not about to just give you money and spend money on dates when you haven't proven yourself with your actions and behaviors. Wait a minute, I'm getting beside myself. Who are they to prove themselves to us? I know, I must have forgotten. Let's get the next one.
And I only say this because I see a lot of girls around me do this and it irritates me. Okay, so we go out and you go out, you have this point in your life where you just want to smash anything and everything. And then you're finally like, I want to settle down. I want to get with a man. I'm not saying this is wrong. I'm not saying it is. But I want to know, why do we then y'all go get with a man who wasn't on the same type of timing as y'all? And then you give them all these stipulations. They got to do this. They got to do that just to talk to you. You're not a good man if you're not buying me flowers. I'm not doing this if you're not doing that. Y'all are going to hate me for this. But you let all these other niggas crack and they didn't have to do a darn thing. It was just that easy. But now if this man ain't doing this, these are things that do not make sense to me. And I feel like some men do the same thing. But there's really like a girl, I don't understand, and that's why the girls hate me. And then it's like y'all get mad at the man when he's like kind of confused on why he has to do so much to even talk to you. Now he's asking himself like, dude, you were easy as you want me to, all these didn't have to, but now you're mad at him, right?
Exactly. She said it perfect. It's really not worth it to try to win a woman over, because when she really likes you, she's trying to win you over. And that's the best dynamic, right? To not get fleeced, to not get played, and actually get with the woman that's actually genuinely interested in you. So more guys are on their P's and Q's now. I can't do for a woman that doesn't deserve it. I can't, because even when I do that, she's going to be on her high horse like, yeah, I got this fool right where I want him. You understand? Men want to do that. And the saddest part about this is men don't, but at the core of it, men are the true romantics. Men want to do things for women. Men want to be together with women. They want to show women a good time. They want to protect women, but men have adjusted now. Men have adjusted. Why am I going to do all of this stuff for a woman that would have never even looked at me anyway. Would have never gave me a chance before anyway. She's just at the end right now. See, when women are asking for this, it's at the end. At the end, you're not really the guy she wants, because the guy she wants doesn't, and most of the dudes that she wanted, right, they didn't have to do anything. So now when men build their standards off, see, women's standards don't matter once men have standards. Women's standards only matter when men are still dumb, because they're going to be willing to fall for all of that stuff, foot the bill for stuff, shower them with things. When men have standards, what do your standards do? All they leave you is stagnant. All they do is leave you stagnant. When a man has standards, women actually, see, men have a hard time understanding this. There will always be a woman to cooperate with you. You're not going to want her until you get more mature, but she will still always be there. On the flip side, women have standards, right? They have to learn to have standards. But even that guy that they don't really want, that wants them, that guy wakes up. That guy wakes up. So it's not the same. Not the same at all. But I'm happy I found this clip, because she's telling you straight like it is. This is how men think. They build their standards off of watching women do things with dudes for nothing. You understand? And actually being that guy. See, women just don't like that men are on code and they won't go for anything. But this is the way it has to be. Let's get the next one.
You know, as much as I am happy that I am single and that I ended my relationship, I can't help but feel sad every single time I see engagement posts or people getting married. Like, I'm at a point where I actually cannot look at rings. Like, I will scroll past on Instagram if it's an engagement announcement, weddings, things like that. And I have a lot of really good friends in my life that are actually getting married this year. I love them. I'm thrilled for them. But I can't help but feel this like underlying sadness of being like, when will that get to be my turn? When you have no one single in your world and then you're now going to move to a new place, it's just like almost so much stress of like, what is the unknown? And I'm usually someone that gets really excited about like going out there and like discovering the unknown and kind of making my whole life. But it feels like it's just been such a long time and I'm like, what am I doing so wrong? Also for me, I've experienced the highest of highs and the lowest of lows in life without a person. I'm just used to dealing with shit like on my own. Anyways, I don't know if that is just me or if any of you guys feel that way too.
So she threw her last relationship away. She's saying this, right? But now she's like, you know, all my friends and people that I see, they're getting married, they're getting engaged. And, you know, when is this going to happen for me? So she wants that as a status symbol. Like I was telling you guys in the last video, they see marriage as like being a wife. They see it as a status symbol. They don't really want to be a wife, be a mother. She threw away her last relationship. And now she's out here like, damn, but I want that though. Crazy work. Crazy work. You could tell that that guy, right, that she dumped, she didn't have to earn him. I'm telling you, you guys always wonder, why do women scratch and claw and go crazy when a guy is going elsewhere, when a guy's attention is elsewhere, when they don't know where a guy is, when they're not on the same page? Because they really want him. They had to invest to get with this guy. Going against their family, they didn't like him. She's like, I don't care, I love this dude. Cutting off her friend group for this dude. Moving across country for this dude, giving up her job for it, whatever way, shape, or form or fashion that this comes in, she wants him. She had to invest something to be with him. So she's not just going to let it go easily. She was willing to let him go easily. She didn't have to invest. She did not have to invest. This is exactly why men need to have standards. Let's get the next one.
Can we just be more decent on dating apps? Is that too much to ask? I feel like it's not a huge ask, and yet it feels like the biggest ask in the world. Like, don't be a flake. I'm a dating and relationships writer, and I'm like, I can't figure out dating apps. I mean, is it the apps or the person? The person or the apps? Is it game or the player? Is it like, do you blame the player or do you blame the game? I think it's both. Anyway, I had 2 guys on Hinge ask me out on dates, asked me when I was free. They both flaked. And then when I followed up, because I'm courteous and I give people the benefit of the doubt, and I was just like, hey, just checking in. Totally cool if you don't want to do this. Just let me know. Nothing. Are you really that much of a coward, or you just don't care? And why don't you care? Like, why don't we care about people and their feelings? It's not that I'm torn up about it. I don't know these people. And I think that's the thing. It's like, oh, they're strangers. Who cares? It's like, there's people on the other side of it. And if you've like lined something up and you're like, I know this is not unique. I know this happens all the time. I write about it. But I guess I'm just like, do better? Or are we just being like, this is it? Like, we're not expecting more from people, meaning maybe just men are not going to give us more. So this is basically where we're at. And then I was just like scrolling through the app and I was like, why do I even care about these guys? Like, men are so, I'm sorry guys. I'm sorry men who are they're going to watch this and then they're going to say something in the comments. But like, why are men so dumb? Like, why are you dumb? And why are you on a dating app if you're not ready to date? Why are you on a dating app when you don't know how to properly communicate, and even just to say like, thanks, but I'm not interested anymore, or I can't make it, or I'm seeing someone else, or like whatever. Why can't you use your words? Why do you always include the worst photos in your profile? Why are your dating prompts terrible? They don't tell us anything about your personality. Why do you think sarcasm is a language? Why do you think women with zero direction is attractive? I don't understand. Anyways, I think I'm going to delete my app again.
Men don't owe you anything. Isn't that the same thing you tell us? You don't owe us anything. Men don't owe you anything. The game is balanced. She writes about dating and relationships, but she still can't figure out dating apps or how to get a man. I'm telling you, yo, women, they don't have it in them, right? This is why a lot of them have trouble with dating. You make yourself useful and you make yourself pleasant. That's it. It's so simple. But they don't want to make themselves useful because it's like a check to the ego. Who the hell am I supposed to be useful for? No, they're supposed to be useful to me. It's never going to work. You're actually going against your nurturing nature. You're going against that. Making yourself pleasant, you can hit a guy up first. Oh, hey, oh my God. You bring the bubbly energy out. See what you're made of. Meet up with him. Don't be so expecting of this and that, and things will work. But what she wants is she wants a guy to, and I get it. You want men to be men, but you know, you have to adjust. And let's say you're bumping into guys, and there are guys like this. My standard is on apps, I'm only talking to women that hit me up first. My standard on apps, I'm only talking to women that look like they're under 125 pounds. My standard on apps, like, men have standards. And as they're talking, we must remember, there are guys that want to get their number, that want to meet up with them ASAP, that don't want to play any games. She's talking about the guys that she was really interested in, and now it's like a big letdown. Well, you don't know what their standards are. And maybe they believe that they ghost and it's not a problem. They don't have to, really stay in communication. They don't have to do all this stuff. They view themselves as the prize. How about that? How about that? Is that right or wrong? Do they still owe you anything? No, they don't owe you anything. But this is funny, man. They have all these standards. But once again, like I said, right? Let's say her standard was, you must take me on a date. They planned those dates, but their standard said, the energy that I got from this chick, I like more than this chick. So now I'm just flaking and I'm ghosting. Does her standards matter now? Does her standard matter for men? Her standards for men, do they matter? Absolutely not. So this was when single men set dating standards. Women act like this in modern dating. Hope you guys got a lot out of it. It's your boy, Josten J. Get with you boys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
I'm just going to say the quiet part out loud and say that I fear that I may never find the love I desire. I really just don't know if it's in the cards for me. And I'm not saying this because I want anyone to feel bad for me, but I'm saying the part that I think so many single women think and are afraid to say out loud, but I'll say it. And trust me, I would rather be single than with the wrong person, and I stand by that 100% of the time. But I'm in my 30s, and I get it, that's young, like, I understand. But it's hard not to give up on that idea that what I want is never coming, and it's just not gonna happen for me, and that I will spend the rest of my life as the fun single auntie in my friend's kid's life, my family's kid's life. I will always be the one to go to the wedding alone or the birthday party alone, the big life events by myself, and I can handle that. I've done that for years. I don't mind.
But I worry that what I want isn't meant to happen for me. And I hope if you feel that way, you feel less alone by hearing me say that, or someone on the internet. I'm just a stranger to you, but I feel that way, and I think it, and I worry about it.